Hey church family, our scripture for the day is Psalms chapter 8 verses 3 and 4. It can certainly be easy to become so focused on the culture and the things that are happening in the culture that we sometimes forget how majestic God is and how capable He is of addressing every issue in our lives and every issue in the culture as well. And when I'm wrestling with that, I often reflect on this psalm. So Psalms chapter 8 verses 3 and 4 says, "When I look at your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the son of man that you care for him?" These verses really ultimately remind us that God is the creator of all things, that the heavens are His, that is the work of His fingers, the moon and the stars are in their places because God set them there. And when we are reminded of that, we are reminded of the fact that God is all powerful and that He is completely majestic. There is no God like our God. And that realization should then lead us to have humility in realizing that who are we that God would care for us? And yet He does. He's all powerful and majestic, and yet He cares for us deeply and is mindful of us. How beautiful a truth that is. I hope these verses encourage you to approach God humbly as you realize and are reminded of the fact that He is all powerful. I hope that they also encourage you to approach God boldly, knowing that you can pray to Him and we serve an all-powerful and majestic God. And yet at the same time be reminded of the fact that God, being all-powerful and majestic, has given us His all-sufficient word to address every issue in our lives and in our culture. May we truly trust that His word is all sufficient to address every issue in our lives. And we can trust that because He is majestic and He is all powerful. We'll see you next time.